And just like that, what do you know, Mr. Travis Wright? Things are getting nifty all up in here.
Yes, it's a beautiful day in the Nifty hood. Welcome.
Sure it is. It's
to
a
show number 7.
It's a lovely day in the Nifty hood. Got great guests for you today. Jonah from AtomicHub.io, as well as our friend, Mr. Kurt Braggett, the original Nifty wizard. Let's do this.
Looking into the future, what do we see? It's lined with digital collectibles, we call them NFTs. Games, trading cards, digital art, and those crypto kitties. Travis and Joel are the hosts, you'll know. Travis and Joel say this won't blow. They're locked and loaded, so ready, set, go! It's the Nifty, really kind of spiffy. The Crypto Kitties.
There we go. And all the streams appear to be working today, Mr. Travis, right?
This is exciting.
Yeah.
Welcome to all our friends over there on Theta.
Yep. Hello, friends on Theta, friends on YouTube, friends on Facebook, friends on Twitter, friends on DLive, and people that we don't yet know. I'm Joel Com.
I'm Travis Wright, and I'm over here with looking at my Theta Edge node, earning all kinds of cryptos.
You're an Edge master?
I'm a master of the Theta. Great stuff. We have a fun show for you guys today.
We do indeed. This is the 7th edition of the Nifty show, and it's brought to you by our friends at Kred, K-R-E-D. And I want to point out we had Cameron on from Kred just a few weeks ago, and they've got a super cool feature that you guys need to be aware of because they're tokenizing Zooms. This is really innovative stuff that I've not seen anybody else in the space actually do. So basically, you can have your Zoom listed automatically if it's a public event. New public events are added to their directory every 12 seconds, and you could see some of the public ones that are live right now that you can go and join them. Of course, don't do that because you're here with us. And then access to events afterwards can be managed with NFT smart invites. So this way, if you're doing a Zoom, you can create engagement before, during, and after the event. See this right here? This is actually an NFT that you're looking at right here. And what it does is it helps engage attendees. You can do digital giveaways, you can do discounts, you could be downloads. Viewers really become participants. In fact, recently, just on an episode here last week, they gave away a number of Uber Eats coupons that were good for like $25 in pizza. Basically, every giveaway that you do here on this platform is an NFT. So check it out for yourself. Go to the site at live.cred. Tell them that the Nifty Show sent you.
Yes. Hey, I'm going to share my screen here real quick before we get into our interview. I want to share a pretty big milestone that has happened. Look at this. The tokenized metaverse non-fungible token sales to surpass $100 million.
Wow.
And so it was talking about how the space has grown. It's about to cross the 100 million mark. They've been really growing for the most part since 2017. But actually, the very first mention of an NFT was in the Mastercoin white paper back in 2012. And so there were some other things like the rare Pepe trading cards, the Spells of Genesis cards, Crypto Kitties, Decentraland, right? And so this data comes from nonfungible.com, who we had fine folks from there on, I believe, last week or the week before. And so 100 million NFTs have been sold. They think this is a trillion. It's $1 billion opportunity, likely to be in the trillions. They think that this is a huge $1 trillion market someday, meaning we are just a very small portion of the way. Very early days of NFTs, folks. And to me, that's exciting.
That's super exciting. And in case you might have to do more screen sharing today than me because I'm having some issues on my PC that some sites are just not loading at all. So might have you and our guests do some of the driving. A little later in the show, we're going to have Kurt Braggett from Nifty Wizards on. He's developed a cool NFT-based game on Telegram. But right now, we want to bring a pioneer in the space. He's with Pink.network, and he is the co-founder of AtomicHub.io, Mr. Jonah Vilmsman. Welcome to the world of niftiness.
Hello, guys. I'm super excited to be here.
That's a great gaming chair you've got there that you're in, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. It improves my accuracy in like Counter-Strike by at least 50%.
That's quite the endorsement. I mean, that could sell a lot of chairs.
Yeah, I think so.
So what's Pink.network? And then we'll jump into this latest project.
Yeah, so Pink.network is basically me and my co-founder Fabian. And pretty much 1 year ago, we came together as us two, and we started building projects on the WAX blockchain. We started with a bankroll, and we wrote guides, and we got active as a WAX guild, which is a block producer on WAX. And now for the last 6 months or so, actually a bit more, we've been working on atomic assets and the Atomic Hub.
And so, yeah, let the folks know what exactly is Atomic Assets and Atomic Hub. What does it do? And how is it different than, say, simple assets that are part of the WAX ecosystem?
Yes, so as you mentioned, Atomic Asset is similar to simple assets in that it's an NFT, a non-fungible token standard, I guess. I mean, people here know that. Mm-hmm. So it's a way to represent non-fungible tokens on any EOS.io blockchain, and in particular on WAX. So at the core, it's just like a smart contract that we're working with, that we developed. And on top of that, we have built this whole ecosystem of APIs that developers can use and packages that they can use to easily integrate atomic assets. And then Atomic Hub is our website, it's our front-facing website where everyone can see the assets, the NFTs that are created on atomic assets. They can trade with them, they can sell them directly on the Atomic Hub, and they can also create them directly on the Atomic Hub in a pretty user-friendly interface, not quite where we want it to be, but it's a step in the right direction, I think.
I've been using it this past week ever since you launched it. I've minted a few tokens myself. I've also burned a few because I realized I did something wrong, and you were really gracious. I reached out for support, and you're like, oh, do this to add a description, or do this to add, a finite number of mints that you're going to do. I'm like, oh, now I get it. And it's cool. Why don't you go ahead, Jonah, and share your screen? And that way you can kind of walk us through this. And I'm going to go grab my laptop because I can't load anything on this. It's amazing that the Zoom is even happening right now. I don't know what's going on. So you get started. I'll be right back.
Yes. So let me get it. There it is. Can you see it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, perfect. So this is the Atomic Hub on the WAX blockchain. So on the front page, on the home page, we have the marketplace and the Explorer, and it shows some stats directly here. Mm-hmm. And it also immediately shows what kind of assets are being sold here. So this is a collection that actually just very recently popped up, I think today, which is pretty cool. It's
Princess Pokey.
So these are ones these were actually sold. These are the last sales that have happened on your network.
No, these are the last ones that were listed. You can also see the last sales if you
okay.
Here. It's still a little bit hidden. And so basically we have these four areas here, which one is the Explorer. And as the name suggests, it's just to go through all the things that are happening on atomic assets, to see all the raw data if you want to. So for example, on this Magician Pokey, you can click here and you can see all the details of it, which is the name, which is the ID, the owner. And here we also have the mint number, which means at the moment, 3 of them were minted of this particular Magician Pokey. 3 of them were minted, and this is the 3rd one of them. See all the attributes here, immutable attributes, mutable attributes. Mutable means they can be changed later. And you can also click through here, just explore what is happening. You can see everything that is going on.
This looks like some art that I created back when I was in second grade.
Yeah, but it's got like, I think there's something to it.
It's the pokey pickle, or it's a cactus. There we go.
Yeah, it's definitely a cactus, it looks like, in a pot.
Yeah,
I don't know. There might be some child labor involved in this when they said, hey, draw us some cactuses in a plant. We're going to sell them.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the Explorer. You can like check out all the stuff here. And then the next thing is the marketplace. Wow. Whoever did this was like really active in the last couple of minutes and hours.
They're cranking them out, aren't they?
Yeah, because they just launched, I think. So here you can see them. What's on sale here? You could like buy one right now. I'm not going to do that, but you can just search through them here. You can also filter. Like we have brought GPK garbage pail kids cards over to Atomic Assets using a bridge, which I can get into. I'm not sure if I should, but it's basically a way to get the garbage pail kids cards that are on Wax already as simple assets to get them over to Atomic Assets, so that they can even be traded right here on the AtomicHub as well.
Now, is that something that we're going to have to do with Blockchain Heroes? Is do an Atomic Bridge kind of a thing as well to get them on your hub?
I hope not. I hope that you just launch Blockchain Heroes right away on Atomic Assets. Then this is not needed. It's just there.
Well, it's my understanding that it should be ready by then, that by August 1st, everything's going to be bridged automatically.
Well, it's not even going to be bridged. It's just going to be like the very first mint is going to be on Atomic Assets. Exactly.
Very nice.
I'm supporting. I just went and bought Donut Pokey, so I might have been the first Pokey owner. I paid 35 Wax, which is $1.88 to represent. So I'm a Donut Pokey fan.
Well, that's really good because that person's like, I think it's like, get back in there, draw some more Pokies. That's your college fund. Get to work.
I'm not sure about that, but who knows? maybe whoever did this just like went into the drawer of their small child or something. I don't know. But there's a lot of like really interesting stuff that's been put up. Cheeseman, who's very active in the Wax community, for example, he's been putting out these Wax flags. He's been putting out these cans, which are pretty cool in my opinion. This one actually is a pink edition. That's why I like it particularly much.
How do we get listed as a verified asset on the site and on the left side?
It's just us verifying this. And this is actually something that we didn't really anticipate would be so difficult, but it kind of is, because it's like a balance between, you want to, of course, verify only the good ones. You don't want to verify everything, otherwise it loses its meaning. But then again, everyone who creates these assets thinks that their NFTs are good. So of course they want them to be verified, and we don't want to like really disagree with them, because that's a very subjective thing to decide if an asset is good or not. But at the same time, we have to make this decision, and some people might not be happy if we don't verify them, but we're trying our best. We're really trying.
Hey, if you want, we can be the ones to tell them the bad news. We're like, nope, sorry, yours sucks. you get put in the other, so you're in the other one, because look at it, it's horrible. Come on, up your game, bro.
So if you could verify the Heroes account, that's our account that will be launching some special. In fact, you can see one that I minted right now. It's not for sale. It's a special 1 of 1 in the account that's called Heroes. And I call it a Banksy Hero. Those should not be there anymore. I deleted those. There you go.
Yeah, they showed up as burned. Okay.
There you go. So this one right here, that's featuring Captain Crypto there, and it's loading up from the IPFS because it's a pretty large file. Once it loads up, it'll be smooth. We're going to offer this at some point before the actual Blockchain Heroes cards launch and maybe
Yeah.
a few other ancillary NFTs based on our characters or artwork.
Yeah, is that going to actually be something that people are going to be able to do, is auction off the cards? Because sometimes you don't know how much your NFT might go for. You would sell it for 25 wax, but if you were auctioning it off, it could sell for 10 times more than that. So is auctioning something that's going to maybe be in the future for Atomic assets?
Yes, it will be. In fact, auctioning already fully works in the Atomic Market smart contract. So on there, it's already a feature, and we made sure that it works. We tested it thoroughly. We had it audited, so that works. All that we need to do is integrate it into the AtomicHub, because it's more UI that needs to be created, but it's certainly coming, and it won't be too far in the future.
Oh, like in the next week, maybe?
Not sure, to be honest.
I think I might wait.
A lot of things.
I think I might wait until you have auction to make this particular one available. It's really unique. It's a one of one, and yeah. So you'll keep.
Yeah,
me
I really
posted.
like it as well.
Yeah. So if you could put us in the verified, that would be awesome. Unless you think our NFTs suck, in which case.
No, actually, this one, when I think you posted it on Telegram when you created it, and I really love the concept. I've never seen like this Banksy type of thing as an NFT. Maybe it exists and I just didn't see it, but I really like it.
Now, when I went to upload this one, there was a 2 megabyte limit. And so it was suggested that I upload this to another site, which I can't remember right now, but I'm sure you do.
It was like penguin.cloud or something, wasn't it?
Pinata.
Pinata.
Right. So I uploaded it there, and then when I made the NFT, I just grabbed the IPFS hash and dropped it in. So why don't you walk us through here really quickly, creating a token?
Yes, let's do that. So that's the NFT creator here, and that's where we've really seen a lot of activity and a lot of people being excited. And it's really, I always mention this because I want to make sure everyone understands it's like the first version, and it's still a little bit too technical, and we want to make sure that it gets less technical. So the first step that we do is creating a collection, and the collection should really group together the assets that are similar. So for example, Blockchain Heroes would be a collection, or Garbage Pail Kids would be a collection. So now we're adding a photo here, and I've just prepared some that I've still had lying around from a previous game. So we choose this image, and actually what's happening on the backend is that it's uploaded to IPFS and pinned there. And that also is the reason why we have the 2 megabytes limit, because like it costs money for us to do this, so we can't offer it infinitely. Actually prepared small little name here for the collection. It needs to be 12 characters exactly because of like EOS.IO name restrictions.
Well,
actually,
just to be clear,
shorter, but that's
Jonah, IPFS didn't cost me anything. I get up to a gig worth of storage for free.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, and that's the same for us. But if we allow everyone to do this,
right,
at some point it will be over a gig. So we just put this in place. Maybe we will make it a little bit higher in the future.
You know what I would do is just a recommendation. Maybe put a link there under the image. If more than 2 megabytes, we recommend pinata.cloud.
That's a good idea. Yeah. I agree. Like for images, it's usually enough, but for like videos or GIFs, it's not doable.
Yeah. So, what about the backside of the NFT? Is that something you guys have as capability? Because all of our Blockchain Heroes cards, they all have a back to them.
Yes, we already added that. I can maybe show this. I just hop over to the Explorer real quick again. If we go to Garbage Pail Kids, where is it? Okay, it's tops.gpk. No, at gpk.tops. If we see the assets here, we are now IPFS loading a bit slowly, but we have both sites already. We can also in the future add like this functionality like you see on topsgpk.io, where you can just click the image and it flips. So all this fancy functionality we can add on a per collection basis. so that particularly good collections like Garbage Pail Kids maybe or Blockchain Heroes get this special treatment, because we of course have to make sure that it works for every collection, also the small ones that were just created using the NFT creator, but then for the big collections we want to make sure that it looks like really good and offer these functionalities.
What about we had the guy Jesse from BullionX.io on the show a couple weeks ago, and he's got these 3-dimensional tokens. You can click to his website and rotate around them. Is that something that you can do on Wax?
It's actually something that has also been requested multiple times already, and I'm pretty sure we will add that soon, so that these models can also be uploaded. At first, my initial reaction was, it's probably too niche of a thing to support it. But then more and more people started requesting it, and I can really see it. If so many people want it, then we just have to add it, right?
Right.
Jumping back to the NFT creator. I've specified a name here, and I could also specify like URL and in the description. I'll just skip that for now. You also specify the market fee or collection fee. And that fee between 0 and 15% is something that will be taken from every sale of your assets. So if you specify a 5% market fee, and then you maybe issue 100 NFTs and give them out to people, and people start listing them on the market, and someone sells it, you will receive 5% of that sale. So it's sort of like a royalty, and which you will always receive of every sale.
We should have done that, Joel, with the NFTs that we sent out, because the people are reselling them on the marketplaces already.
Yeah. Well, they weren't minted here. They were just airdrops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, and that's actually something that I think was important in getting Tops on board, because that's a concept that really doesn't exist yet outside of NFTs. If they create physical cards, they sell them once, and after that, of course, they don't get any royalties from sales on eBay or whatever. Mm-hmm. But with NFTs, they can get these royalties, and that then means that they can actually encourage secondary market trading because they benefit of it. Whereas traditionally, they would really prefer if you don't sell them on the secondary market, because that means someone else is buying them and not giving the money directly to Tops. But like this, these big intellectual property holders can say, yeah, of course they can trade on the secondary market. We get a fee every time. We want you to trade here.
Right.
Well, go ahead and create that one. And let me ask you this, while you're doing that and it's confirming the transaction, I was just surfing AtomicHub and I came across some Street Fighter NFTs. Of course, that is intellectual property that belongs to a company. And I'm wondering, I don't know if these are official or not. The account is Street Fight without the R on it, Street Fighter without the R. And, are these official, or is somebody... we dealing with, copyright theft, and how do you overcome that if that is the case?
I don't think they're official. At least if they are, I'm not aware. What we have on AtomicHub is a blacklist, so we can add any collection that either is just a scam or is stealing IP. We can blacklist them, and it's very important to us that we don't hide them completely, because we want to give a true representation of what's happening on the blockchain. And on the blockchain, we can't block them. We shouldn't be able to block them. It's decentralized. So on our hub, we will then display very boldly, this is blacklisted. You almost certainly don't want to have this asset. It's almost certainly a scam or some sort of other bad thing.
Well, the same person, I looked at the wall, the same person is selling Metal Slug brand stuff and Pokemon images. So I don't think people understand that you can't just put up somebody else's work and sell it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Otherwise, it would have already been blacklisted. I'll check it out after and put it on the blacklist.
I don't mean
And
to be a narc. It was really just a question.
Oh
about
yeah,
how
he's
to
got all
handle
kinds
this.
of Pokemon and Metal Slug stuff and all kinds of copywritten things that could potentially come back on you guys. Yeah, he's got some Star Wars stuff and Sheldon and some soccer things that definitely didn't create.
All right. Well, we just got a couple minutes left, so go ahead and walk us through the rest of listing this.
Yeah. So next step is creating a schema, and this really is where a lot of people have problems because schemas are kind of technical. In the schema, you define what attributes you want your assets to have. And the name and the image are already predefined, but now we can add new attributes. For example, add description, and we want the type of description. We want it to be a text, of course. We maybe add another one, which is level, in case our NFTs have levels of some sorts. In this case, we want it to be an integer. So just a number. We give it a name. I'll do buildings in this case and create it. And I'm not sure if you can see this because it's in a different window, but the Wax Cloud wallet is opening and I'm confirming the transaction here. And now we have the schema. And now we can get to creating assets, which I will do right now, right? Just click the mint asset one. Once again, I can choose an image. I've got this one, which is an iron foundry. Just specify this here. You can see the hash of IPFS is filled out automatically in the image attribute, because once again, that's what's happening on the back end. It's uploaded to IPFS. A hash is created, and what we really put in the attribute is the hash. So prepared small description. And maybe the level is just level 1. It's just created. Now I specify who do I want it to go to.
Okay,
my
so
account.
When you create one, you can create from one account, but send it to another.
Yes, this
So
is the account that will receive it.
On account A, but put asset owner B in there, and it'll just send it there.
Yes, it's
Nice.
Basically the same as you could also mint it and then transfer it, but like this, it just shows up for them immediately. Now here I can confirm this, which I will do right here. Once again, signing the transaction, approving it.
Should I be able to search right away then for that?
Yeah, you should. And I see the notification up here, like, collection issued an NFT to you. And if I just go, if I just go to my account, yeah, which is the inventory.
There it is. I see it.
Yeah, exactly. And here I see it's on the blockchain. You can do whatever you want with it. In fact, I could perhaps create a trade offer. If you give me your account name, I'll send it right away.
Oh, that's great. You could send it to pfkpw.wham. Yeah, Mr. Travis, right. I got a foundry. You got nothing because your video's not on. I got
nothing.
You got a bunch of weed. You got a bunch of Nifty Wizards stuff in there. Where Kurt's going to be coming on here in just a minute. In fact, Kurt, you could join the Zoom here and say hey to Jonah before he's done, because he looks like he's playing your game. Let me check my. I should have it now, right?
In the straight offer. In the straight offer, I can also, for example, select more. I just to not scam you, I'll give you one of my weed NFTs and then ask for one of yours in return, which doesn't really make sense, but I don't want to steal your assets right now. But like this, you could create trade offers, like you, for example, would be used to when dealing with Steam trading. You just select, I offer some of my NFTs for some of your NFTs. Now I'll add a memo, like small gift.
Mr. Joel Comm doesn't like weed, so I don't know if you want to be giving him any weed. He's not going to use it.
Not in my yard, anyway.
Creating the transaction, and now.
Okay, I got a notification that says you've received an offer. So I'm going to click view the offer, and you want to trade me. So I go accept and confirm, and then my Wax wallet pops up, and I say okay, and it's done. Boom.
Yeah, and I see it as well. Offer was accepted, and
So
now
cool.
Now it's on your account.
Instant.
Sweet. I got a knife, a scroll, a couple tickets, 5 things of weed. Lots of coins.
Wow, look at all that weed.
Man, look at all these gold coins I got.
Awesome. Hey, Jonah,
Nice
thanks,
try.
man. You've created a great tool here. We're big fans. We're going to be using AtomicHub.io to mint some blockchain heroes pre-sale NFTs. So you guys want to go check out the account Heroes, which will soon be verified on Atomic Hub, and keep me posted when you've got auctions, because that's when we're going to put up that Banksy hero 1 of 1.
That makes sense. I will keep you updated.
Oh, and we also have some cool sketch cards we're going to be auctioning off too. So maybe we could do that here as well.
Maybe. Awesome. Thanks, Jonah. We appreciate you.
Thanks, 4.B.4.wham.
You're welcome, and thanks for having me here.
Absolutely.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
Appreciate you.
Easy, dude.
Waiting in the wings here, Mr. Travis Wright, is Mr. Kurt Braggett. Had been a guest on the Bad Crypto podcast at least twice, I want to say, and creator of many projects previously on the EOS blockchain. Not sure if you're still a fan of EOS or not, but clearly you are a fan of Wax, because you have created what I've seen, the first NFT based Telegram game called Nifty Wizards. So
Yeah, can you guys hear me over here? Just want to make sure all my equipment is functioning properly.
You sound great, and you're rocking the Brock Pierce hat.
Yeah, he
Are
wears
you
a lot better than
prepared to Brock the vote?
Well, I'm not a big fan of politics, to be honest. I mean, everybody has their secret views, but I try to keep it to myself mostly. But
Yeah, but you don't. I see your stuff come up, but it's okay. We're glad.
Yeah,
He's
I don't
actually
always
rocking
do
a
good
Roosevelt shirt.
Say what?
That's a Roosevelt shirt you're rocking.
Oh, it's my Ric Flair shirt, man.
Nice. Yeah, it's from the company Roosevelt.
Oh, is it? I didn't even know.
Yep, it is. RSVLTS or something like that.
Yeah.
They sell a lot of great stuff. Well, good deal. So tell us about this one, because I saw the Nifty Wizards thing popping up. Somebody had because they were comparing our wizard to your wizard or something, and they're like, "Yeah, Kurt Braggett." I was like, "What, Kurt? No way. Let's see what's up." So always with the innovations over there, Mr. Kurt. Tell us about Nifty Wizards. What is it all about?
Yeah. So what I wanted to do was, I mean, this is kind of like a long story of how I created it, but really just at a high level, it's about making NFTs have like more value than just being cosmetic items. And actually, I had a really great meeting with William Quigley, who created Wax in the past, and he actually advised against doing what I'm doing in a way, because he's very knowledgeable about digital assets, and he was telling me that, you know, cosmetic digital items are really where the market is, and that, you know, kind of these rights-based sort of NFTs aren't. And so what Nifty Wizards really is like you create these NFTs, but they have like powers. Like they'll allow you an access to a room or something. And at a really high level, I wanted to build kind of like a dungeon crawler, sort of like maybe Zelda or these old console games that were on old computers, where you enter like, or like those 8-bit screens where you have to, or an Atari or something, where you have to like use these sort of archaic commands. It's not like a new, you know, multiplayer game that you'll play like Fortnite or something. It's like the opposite of that, where you just try to like find clues and gain access to other rooms. And so right now there's about, I think, over 30 chambers. We call them chambers, and they're all just Telegram rooms. And what you do is you kind of solve puzzles or do quests, and you gain these NFTs, and that gives you access to different powers. And so there's a bunch of bots that are running. So I might go into a room and I might be curious about how I can get to another room, and then you can ask the bot how you can get there. And then we have a whole set of collectibles that we're also selling, and people are trading, and we're also on Atomic Hub too. And I'm going to
share my screen here and show some of this here on the Atomic Hub, and you can tell us what we're looking at. These are
so these are we just minted the cats, and so the idea is that your wizard has all of these items, and your wizard is essentially your Wax wallet. Whatever you have inside of your wallet is like the power of your wizard. So like these are golden tickets, and there's about 10 of those. And what that gives you is more advanced features for the bot. So
I hope so. It's $53,000.
Yeah, I didn't put that on. I don't know what psychos do, but that's their right, though. That's the beautiful thing about it. It's like a free market for wizard items. And then there's beers, like you can use the beers and quests, and those are keys. And so the key, it gives you access to the key holder room. And another thing that this does is I really see it as like a test bed for doing these concepts that I really think are cool, like DAOs and DACs. I think DAOs and DACs are really great in theory, where everybody could vote, for example, that you could use a DAO or a DAC to vote maybe for president or for some initiatives.
But you have to have a key first or something.
Yeah. And so the idea is that I kind of wanted to simplify DAOs and DACs, where if you hold a key, you can vote. It's as simple as that. If you have an NFT, you can vote. And so we've voted like 6 different initiatives for the staff holders. There's a staff item. And then that cat right there, it's supposed to give your wizard more power. Like as your wizard collects items, he becomes more powerful, and you can kind of fight. Right now you can't fight because the game just started, and I'm going to be building a bunch of different applications on top of it. And there's the lobby. So you could actually just type in a /, for example, and it'll show you the things that the bot can do. So you can look at your inventory. You can look at other people's inventory. You can see so those are all the items.
Well, first of all, how do I connect it to my Wax wallet?
So right now I just do it manually, but there's a sync function that's going to come out like early next week, where you hop in the room and you just say sync, and here's my wallet address, and then you're playing. You're on.
So so I've not been in there. I mean, I've been in the room, but I didn't know what I could do. And then you hooked us up with some gold and some beer and some weed. Yeah. I smoked all the weed and I drank all the beer, and all I got left are these gold coins.
We didn't get a cat though. Yeah. There was no cat.
Yeah, the cats are pretty rare right now. There's only 9 of them, and I put them on the market and they sold out in like maybe 20 minutes or something.
Wow. So this is the lobby, right? This is not the main room, right?
This is the entry point. So this is like where you kind of go to start your quest as a wizard.
So if you got to take a whiz, this is where you go.
So that's great. Yeah. So now I'm in here, but how do I know that it gets connected to my own account?
So if you type the / and you go to inventory, like there's a my inventory command.
Yep.
And so Bad Crypto doesn't have any inventory right now, and it tells you right there that you need to sync your account. And so what I'll do is I'll sync that.
Okay.
For you. It's because it's a little rough, but eventually, it'll just happen automatically. It's just you kind of have to tell the bot what your wallet address is. And so
there it is.
So I could actually make that happen right now. But
snack. You had a snack and now it's your previous.
Now it's in my belly.
So I have a key, a beer, a scroll, a knife, a ticket, 5 weed, and 25 gold. Can I buy a cat with my gold?
So you could initiate a transfer. So if you really wanted a cat, you would have to start, like, this is part of the game. I want people to network and initiate trades. Like, you want that cat. So you're going to try to figure out who owns the cat, and you're going to try to trade them gold or buy it or buy one from the market. Or there may be a quest that gives you a pet in the future. Right now, there isn't any pet-based quests. And so that's kind of how the game works. You just want to trade with people and level up your wizard so you can continue to the next level and gain more assets. And there's another portion of the game where and this is really actually what I think is one of the most innovative things about this game. And I
just let people, I'm showing people the secret portal, right? I guess they're not supposed to see this. This is the key holder room.
Oh, yeah. So one of the things that I think is very unique about what we're doing is that the idea is that when you are playing this role, because it's a role-playing game, right? Like, your wizard's going to have different kinds of powers, but the idea is that you become a master of a chamber. And so, for example, there's a master of arms, and they have weapons. And so I'm the forge master. I create these things. I create the NFTs. And then if you're the master of arms, like let's say I create knives, I send them over to the master of arms, and then they can now sell the weapons themselves. So it's different from I just create it and start selling it to people, is that I create it for the users and they take 95% of the entire sale. And so that's kind of something that's really unique. So in a way, you become like one of those crazy makeup companies where like they just send out the loot and then everybody sells it. And it's kind of like that. That's what I want the entire game to be. So if you want to bring a creative idea, like we should have a guy said we should have a smoke shop where that person gets to sell all of the weed and tobacco and pipes and all of that stuff. So that's kind of the concept.
So somebody could be an NFT weedpreneur.
Yeah. That's
there's a business model here, right? This is not, yes, you're playing with these ideas and expanding on them because you're a creative guy, but there is definitely a business model here because you're minting these items that people then have to buy to play the game.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Like, you know what? Let's talk like big vision. This could be a fucking Dungeons and Dragons or a Pokemon. Like, let's just be straight up. Like, this could be. We're building a universe. It's like open world building. There's wizards could go to space or wherever. And
I already do that. I take up the space in the room because I'm not very active.
He's the space forger. So if anything related to space and rockets,
master of space.
Yeah, he's got to have it.
So yeah, there's a business behind it. And I think that, you know, if people really love it and it starts to grow, of course, like we can infinitely build items for a wizard and you can collect all of these little things. And I think it's a lot of fun. So, you know, right now we're in Telegram with bots and stuff, but you know, there's no, like one of the concepts that I have is that the wizards can fight each other for their loot. And so it kind of becomes like a Street Fighter in a sense for wizards where it's like, I go to fight this other wizard because I don't like him or I'm in an opposing gang. Like we just had our first gang was created. It's a Stargate gang and they team up and they try to punk the other wizards. But the idea is that they could fight. And like, let's say your gang has a lot of guns and my gang has a lot of weed. Like I might want to fight you guys and then, you know, whoever may the best wizard win. And when you win their loot. So that's kind of like a concept that.
Well, if it's guns versus weed, I'm going to tell you who's going to win that one. Be like, stick them up, give me all your weed.
That's actually
okay.
True.
You're right. I'm sorry.
But
plus those are the stoned ones. They're sitting there just all stoned. Like, wait, is somebody with guns? What?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But see, don't underestimate a wizard who's high though. Now, like a sober wizard with a gun fighting a wizard who's high. Like there's I don't know what the odds are there truly. So
that's true. I'm a high wizard most evenings.
Never underestimate a wizard with a cat either.
Exactly. Cats will make your wizard more powerful. And like, I don't know, maybe it's not the most friendly thing, but I kind of imagine like a GTA kind of world for wizards. And I've been thinking about it for a while. Like there's because I've been doing this for a while, actually, like building different cryptos, like Morty's was a role-playing crypto, but then I realized like we don't really have rights. So what I realized is that we could build a wizard world and we can own all the art. So all of our art is hand-drawn by an artist, an 8-bit artist, and we own all of it. So I'm trying to create kind of like a wizard 8-bit brand.
That's
where
great.
We have thousands of different assets that the wizards can collect and different adventures, and people can learn about NFTs. It's kind of like the concept.
You know what's interesting is that this is a game that I think I played from 97 or 98 to like 2001 or so, and it's still around. It's called Pimp War, pimpwar.com. And what it is you're a pimp, and you gotta be so pimpy that you collect hoes, and your hoes, you got to keep them happy, so you got to give them lots of crack, and then to protect your hoes, you got to have thugs, and your thugs need 40s. They got to drink lots of 40s. They also need weed, and they need guns. And the deal is that you fight against other pimps, and you steal their hoes, and you shoot their thugs. And it's a role-playing game, but it's like dice. You get like every day you get X amount of rolls or whatever, and you could do all these different things. It was completely hilarious. It entertained me, for multiple, like at least 2 or 3 years of playing that thing because it's just so funny. But what's great about it is I met so many awesome people networking to that I'm still friends on Facebook with several of these people who were pimps back in the late 90s.
Oh yeah, dude. I've like just in the last week, I think it's like 120 different people I've networked with just by playing the game. And these are all people that, they run businesses that are successful and they need help, or, they can add a lot of value. Like there's really smart people that come in and they just tell me how to do this. Cause I didn't play games like that. Like I was skateboarding when I was younger. I didn't even have a computer. So like maybe part of it is like I missed out on a lot of that stuff. So I kind of want to build something to enjoy it. And there are a lot of games. I've heard of a game called
You're
Mud.
reimagining nostalgia you never had.
Yeah, I am. I'm nostalgic for like all those nerds that I made fun of. I'm kind of nostalgic about it, like those D&D kids or whatever.
Right. Yeah, I never played D&D either. I don't understand the concept of it. But I kind of
wait. You don't understand the concept of Dungeons and Dragons?
I don't either, to be honest.
I've spent zero time understanding it. I have no clue about it. Nothing.
Well, Kurt, clearly you do because you're creating a campaign in your.
I'm just kind of like that. Like I just do shit. I don't even know how to do it, and then I just figure it out. Like I just fail at it until it works. That's kind of how I build stuff. So
yeah, I just fail. Every now and then I stumble across something. So is there an official website for this yet?
Not yet. The best thing to do is to join the Telegram and get into the lobby and then just kind of connect with people from there. It's pretty rough right now. I think we've been doing it for like 2.5 weeks, but it's coming along.
So I didn't even know.
Have you seen our cool wizard?
Yeah, he's seen it.
Seen our wizard?
Yeah,
I did. Has anybody revealed his name yet? Because I think I know who it is, but
we don't reveal anything. Others have hazarded a guess who inspired the card.
Yeah, I won't make any guesses.
But it looks just like the dude, so I don't know how. Like if
a Skywalker, one of the members of our Telegram and yours, is keeping a list that people are adding to. So you might ask him to show you that list.
Yeah, I did. I saw a list and I saw that the wizard has not been revealed.
Oh.
Well, we're not revealing it. Those are just guesses.
Yeah,
that list is a organized list of their guesses that are they've reached consensus on their guess.
How does that work though? Like you guys aren't working directly with those people. They're really just kind of inspired by personalities.
They are inspired by their blockchain heroes are superheroes. It's an alternate universe. They're inspired by blockchain and crypto personalities, but they're parody cards essentially.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome. I'm excited for it. I had thought you guys had already released it. I would suggest that you guys use AtomicHub actually. That's why like when I was talking, when I learned about it, because I kind of get a different angle sometimes because I'm in all these dev communities, right? And when you see that devs really start talking about something in a certain way, it's sort of hard to miss it. And they're talking about atomic assets like, it's the gold standard for how to do. And I really love the simple asset guys are great and they're very helpful and stuff. But I'm telling you, man, like I saw in their group the other day, they said, we really built this for devs. We didn't build this for like end users. And that I think is what simple assets needs to do because it's not end user friendly.
It's not simple.
And it's not, yeah.
Difficult
AtomicHub is great. I love it.
Yeah, we just had one of the founders on the show right before you. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
No, I saw it. But I would suggest, I hope you guys are considering actually doing it through.
Well, it's, we are, our project was funded by Wax Labs. We won the proposal from them. They voted it in. And so we're using their existing tech as the delivery mechanism. So the stuff that Topps GPK launched with. So, but, talking to Till on their team, their goal is to make sure everything is atomic ready in time for August 1st, our launch. If it is, you'll be able to buy them atomically. If it's not, they'll be simple. It's that simple. But
they'll be the bridge.
Yeah, they'll be the bridge. But they think it's going to be ready by then. But we are going to be listing on the Heroes account some ancillary content, like the Banksy hero, as soon as Jonah's got auctions ready. We'll auction off that one of one, and there might be some others that we'll put up because the community, they're ready for heroes, and we don't want to put up cards yet. Travis is bored. He's yawning. That's nice.
Yeah.
I can see your fillings.
That's true.
That was great. But there is some cool content we're creating that we think people are going to want to get their hands on, and we'll list those on the Heroes account on Atomic.
Cool. Yeah, I think it's worth considering. I've been power using it, and I'm telling you, man, I really enjoy it a lot. And I feel like, and they're fast. I put in like 5 feature requests, and they fixed it so fast, man. And just having the users being able to move things around really seamlessly with like a simple user experience is so crucial for what happens after they move to the market, so.
Awesome. Well, guys, check out Nifty Wizards. Just go to Telegram and I guess just search Nifty Wizards and they'll find the lobby.
Yeah, you should find the lobby. Yeah.
And you'll find out how to get a key to become a key holder. Actually, if you just go to Atomic and purchase your key, you'll be ready to enter the game. That's kind of
make sure to get some weed though too, because you gotta offer it to Kurt. This is part of the common courtesy thing to do.
Yeah,
Wizards smoke weed
because
is that regular?
I think people think that I get high. Like I totally don't. I mean, I haven't been high in like 20 years. I feel like but it fits in with Wizards, So that's the reason why we have that.
All right.
There you go.
We'll not be getting high with Kurt.
Yeah.
Or Joel.
Wizards will get high. I'll get your wizard high.
Yeah. Wizards going to get wrecked. Hey, Kurt, thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, guys. Bye-bye.
All right,
Thank you, brother.
Take care. More fun in the NFT world, Mr. Travis, right?
That is no doubt, Mr. Joel Com.
I love the creativity around this, right? He's like, let's create something that is an ever-developing game. Like, let's just see how it unfolds, and let's bring the community of wizards in to help us decide, okay, what kind of quests are we going to create? What kind of items do we need for that? What makes a wizard more powerful? How do we expand this into
I need a scroll with chants on it and potions and things.
Yeah. So good job. Boy, 2 guests for the price of 1 today.
That was solid.
Very
and we're
nice.
still in under an hour, so that's good.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Travis, are there any other stories that you wanted to cover? I didn't see anything else in the NFT space that was major this week. No, the only real announcement is that, of course, everybody knows by now the Garbage Pail Kids Tiger King launch was delayed as to no fault of Tops or Wax. It was a third-party processing service that decided to take a 4-day weekend over the 4th of July. They were not available to deal with some simple issues of implementing Stripe or something. And so the launches got delayed. We're hoping it happens next week. I've got my wax ready for some TK cards. I want to get that bitch Carol Baskin.
Isn't it though? Isn't it going to be all fiat? They're not doing any wax, are they?
Whatever. I got my fiat ready. I don't
got
care.
your fiat ready. You roll.
I want some packs, Jacks.
I'll take a few packs.
Yeah. Just for fun. It's fun opening.
Are we going to do some openings up? Are we going to do some openings with them?
Yeah. We'll get some packs. We'll do some openings, and it'll be great fun.
That should be great fun. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the Nifty Ifty Spiffy show. We appreciate you.
And we'll catch you next Friday. Same bat time, same bat channel, 5:00 Eastern time, 2:00 Pacific. We'll have another great guest for you, talking all the nifty things.